note from a guy who watches my videos and subscribes to my channels and whatnot. He seemed like a great guy, but he was really pissed off over the fact that, as he said, pretty girls have life on easy mode. And to that I said, yeah, so? Pretty girls, yeah, have it easy. No question. They have it really easy. See, if you're a pretty girl, you're gonna get invited to the cool places, and people are gonna take you out to dinner, and you're gonna meet interesting people, and you're gonna have access to a whole world that, say, an ugly guy would never have. Yeah, an ugly young guy is literally light years away, socially speaking, from a pretty girl. And any problem that a pretty girl has, well, there's gonna be like a whole bunch of people who are gonna try to solve those problems for her. Yeah. No different from, say, the son of a rich man. Say you're born the son of a billionaire. Well, you're gonna have life on easy mode, won't you? I mean, you won't have to worry about, you're getting any money for clothes or whatnot, or getting a great education. No, your old man's a billionaire, and you're going to go to the best schools, you're going to have clothes, you're going to have a car when you're 16, you're going to have life on easy mode. In fact, lots of people have life on easy mode at different points in their life. But see, that is the nature of life. Life is fundamentally unfair. We are born unequal. And some of us are born with a lot of luck. Maybe you were born with the luck of being a pretty girl. Maybe you were born with the luck of being the son of a billionaire. Maybe you were born with the luck of being very handsome and athletic, and so, socially you clean up in high school. Or maybe you were born with the luck of having a big brain, being so smart that you can figure out a way to become rich and successful and whatnot. See, we are all different. And the differences inevitably lead to unfairness. Which leads us back to the point that life is not fair. And you look at people who seem to have it on easy mode, and you'll realize that they might have things easy in certain ways, but have it very difficult in other ways that you yourself might not anticipate. For instance, some pretty girl, maybe she's an idiot. Not like an actual idiot of like 65 IQ points, but maybe she's only got 85. She's not up there on the IQ scale. Or maybe she's just really unpleasant, and she might, worst of all, realize that she's unpleasant, but has no way how to fix it. She doesn't know how to fix it, and she knows that it's playing against her. Or maybe the son of a billionaire, yeah, he's an idiot. And he's going to fritter away the billions that he inherits eventually. And some slick people who will tell him like some slick line when he's an adult will sucker him out of his money. That happens all the time, by the way. Oh yeah. Lots of guys who are billionaires wind up having a son who's an idiot, and the son fritters away the money, and by the time the grandson rolls around, there's no more family fortune left. That happens all the time. So my point, see, complaining about the fact that some people have life on easy mode, as this guy said, doesn't change the fact, number one. And number two, doesn't account for the fact that, see, those people who have it on easy mode, or apparently on easy mode, have certain problems that you might be blind to. And also, those people who have life on easy mode a lot of times do not develop the ability, the resourcefulness, the gumption to overcome a difficulty. Yeah, like in my own case, for instance, I was not born particularly handsome, not particularly attractive in any way, but I was born with a lot of brains. And those brains have stood me in good stead because, yeah, sure, when I was like a teenager and so forth, yeah, life was pretty tough. It was far from easy mode. On the contrary, it was on extra tough mode, if you will. But as I've gotten older, I've been able to apply those brains. And in the end, I have a much more successful life, a much more fulfilling life than a lot of kids that I grew up with who were much more attractive or charismatic or are better athletes or whatnot, more popular. I've left them in the dust because I was able to apply my brains to the problem that is life. You got to think of it like a card game. See, you are born with a hand. You're playing poker. A poker match against everyone on the face of the planet. And you're born with a certain hand, a certain set of cards. And some people are born with, 3 aces in a hand of 5 cards, right? And other guys, they're just dealt junk. And so what do they have to do? They have to bluff their way. They have to use their brains. They have to use other abilities that they might have, develop other abilities to get ahead. And that's just the nature of life. And to complain about it, to complain about the fact that pretty girls have life on easy mode, yeah, it doesn't help you. That's the key issue. It doesn't help you. On the contrary, it can hurt you. Because a lot of times when a guy starts focusing on the fact that other people have it easy and he has it hard, he starts becoming extremely resentful. That's the problem with most leftists and progressives. Those guys who are self-consciously communist or socialist or whatnot. You see, more likely than not, they see other people who have a better life than they, and they resent them. And so what do they wind up doing? They wind up stewing in their own resentment until eventually they start lashing out. Does it improve their situation? Certainly not. At best, these communists hope to pull down the person who's got a better life than them, but they don't look to really improve themselves. Oh no. See, they get fulfillment and happiness out of destroying others. Yeah, that's the whole point of communism. Look at through history. Look at the Soviet Union. Look at communist China. Look at every single communist state. It's always about pulling down the other guy, pulling down the neighbor who's more successful. That's the whole point of communism. Don't kid yourself, okay? And that's quite natural, quite frankly, because the resentment that somebody else has it easy and you have it hard. And it's not just an issue of politics, okay? It's not just like, oh, if you're resentful, you'll become a communist. No. What happens, which is much more destructive for your own life, is that if you stew in the resentment over the fact that life is unfair and other people have it easy, then you will be unhappy with what you have, and more to the point, you won't recognize the advantages that you have. Because everyone has advantages. Everyone has something that they're good at. No matter how trivial it might seem to be. But everybody has something that they're pretty good at, and off of that thing that they're pretty good at, they can actually build for themselves a pretty remarkable life. A lot of people think that all that matters is good looks or how much money you've got or something like that. No. There are other factors at play. There are guys who are born poor, ugly, and not even too smart, but they are charming. They can use their charm and their natural social allure to get ahead. Other guys, such as myself, have used their brains. Other guys are great athletes. Other guys are whatever. But my point, see, everybody has something that they can use to get ahead. The point is to not focus on the ease of life of somebody else, but rather focus on yourself and look at yourself. Look at what you have going for you, and seeing if what you have going for you, you can apply in a way to maximum advantage to improve your life. Resentment over the fact that somebody else has it easy leads you to not look at yourself because you're just focused maniacally on somebody else. And that's what you should not do. Okay? And I'm not saying it because of some kind of ideological reason, like, oh, it doesn't matter if other people are rich and you're poor. No. What I'm saying is, as a practical matter, focusing on how other people have it easy blinds you to what you have. And I suppose in my own case, what I've noticed is that I don't really care if other people have it easy, because I instinctively recognize that there are things that I have very easy that they don't, things that I have that they lack, and that they wish that they had, but which I have in spades, number one. And number two, I've also noticed that those people who are more introspective, who are focusing in more in the question of understanding themselves, are not so resentful of others. It's the darndest thing, but I've noticed it. Those people who focus on themselves and trying to understand themselves and trying to understand reality. Not focusing on the fact that other people have it easy, but focusing on just the reality at large and trying to figure out how they fit into this reality at large. These people tend to be less resentful, or not resentful at all. I mean, in my own case, I don't really care about other people because I'm so interested in myself. And that might sound monstrously arrogant and egotistical, but fine. It keeps me from stewing in resentment, which is a good thing. You keep on focusing on the fact that some pretty girl has life on easy mode, as you say. You keep on focusing on the fact that other people have it easy. They were born the son of a billionaire, or they're born, charismatic and charming, or they were born athletic, or whatever. You keep on focusing on that, and it's only going to drive you down. And it's going to blind you to who you are. That's why you shouldn't pay attention to the good fortune of others. Pay attention to your own good fortune.